Floridafarming BD.
The modern combine harvester, or simply combine, is a machine designed to harvest a variety of grain crops. The name derives from its combining 4 separate harvesting operations: reaping, threshing, gathering, and winnowing to a single process. Among the crops harvested with a combine are wheat, rice, oats, rye, barley, corn, maize, sorghum, soybeans, flax, linseed, sunflowers, and rapeseed. The separated straw, left lying on the field, comprises the stems and any remaining leaves of the crop with limited nutrients left in it. The straw is then either chopped, spread on the field, and plowed back in, or baled for bedding and limited feed for livestock. Combine harvesters are one of the most economically important labor-saving inventions, significantly reducing the fraction of the population engaged in agriculture. History of combined harvester. In 1826 in Scotland, the inventor Reverend Patrick Bell designed but did not patent a reaper machine, which used the scissors principle of plant cutting, a principle that is still used today. The Bell machine was pushed by horses. A few Bell machines were available in the United States. In 1835, in the United States, Hiram Moore built and patented the first combine harvester, which was capable of reaping, threshing, and winnowing cereal grain. Early versions were pulled by horse, mule, or ox teams. In 1835, Moore built a full-scale version with a length of 5.2 meter 17 feet and a cut width of 4.57 meter 15 feet. By 1839, over 50 acres of crops were harvested. This combine harvester was pulled by 20 horses, fully handled by farm hands. By 1860, combine harvesters with a cutting, or swath, width of several meters were used on American farms. A parallel development in Australia saw the development of the stripper, based on the Gallic stripper, by John Ridley and others in South Australia by 1843. The stripper only gathered the heads, leaving the stems in the field. The stripper and later headers had the advantage of fewer moving parts and only collecting heads, requiring less power to operate. Refinements by 𝐎𝐑𝐘𝐙 produced a commercially successful combine harvester in 1885, the Sunshine Header Harvester. Combines, some of them quite large, were drawn by mule or horse teams and used a bull wheel to provide power. Later, steam power was used, and George Stockton Barry integrated the combine with a steam engine, using straw to heat the boiler. At the turn of the 20th century, horse-drawn combines were starting to be used on the American plains and Idaho, often pulled by teams of 20 or more horses. In 1911, the Holt Manufacturing Company of California, US, produced a self-propelled harvester. In Australia in 1923, the patented Sunshine Auto Header was one of the first center-feeding self-propelled harvesters. The stripper and later headers had the advantage of fewer moving parts and only collecting heads, requiring less power to operate. Refinements by 𝐎𝐑𝐘𝐙 produced a commercially successful combine harvester in 1885, the Sunshine Header Harvester. Combines, some of them quite large, were drawn by mule or horse teams and used a bull wheel to provide power. Later, steam power was used, and George Stockton Barry integrated the combine with a steam engine, using straw to heat the boiler. At the turn of the 20th century, horse-drawn combines were starting to be used on the American plains and Idaho, often pulled by teams of 20 or more horses. In 1911, the Holt Manufacturing Company of California, US, produced a self-propelled harvester. In Australia in 1923, the patented Sunshine Auto Header was one of the first center-feeding self-propelled harvesters. In 1923 in Kansas, the Baldwin brothers and their Gleaner Manufacturing Company patented a self-propelled harvester that included several other modern improvements in grain handling. International Harvester started making horse-pulled combines in 1915. At the time, horse-powered binders and stand-alone threshing machines were more common. In the 1920s, Case Corporation and John Deere made combines, and these were starting to be tractor-pulled with a second engine aboard the combine to power its workings. The world economic collapse in the 1930s stopped farm equipment purchases, and for this reason, people largely retained the older method of harvesting. A few farms did invest and use Caterpillar tractors to move the outfits. Tractor-drawn combines, also called pull-type combines, became common after World War II as many farms began to use tractors. An example was the all-crop harvester series. These combines used a shaker to separate the grain from the chaff and straw walkers, grates with small teeth on an eccentric shaft to eject the straw while retaining the grain. Early tractor-drawn combines were usually powered by a separate gasoline engine, while later models were tow-powered, via a shaft transferring tractor engine power to operate the combine. Combines are equipped with removable headers that are designed for particular crops. The standard header, sometimes called a grain platform, is equipped with a reciprocating knife cutter bar and features a revolving reel with metal teeth to cause the cut crop to fall into the auger once it is cut. A variation of the platform, a flex platform, is similar but has a cutter bar that can flex over contours and ridges to cut soybeans that have pods close to the ground. A flex head can cut soybeans as well as cereal crops, while a rigid platform is generally used only in cereal grains. While all combines aim to achieve the same result, each machine can be classified based on its general throughput, which is based upon the rated horsepower rating of the combine. 𝐅𝐀𝐑𝐌 BD. Every year, 𝐅𝐀𝐑𝐌 BD harvests rice, wheat, and corn in its own land with harvesters. Besides, combined harvesters, tractors, and pickup are available for rent anywhere in Bangladesh. Contact with us. Our helpline number 096-115-4144. Office phone number 02997700-77. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our official channel 𝐅𝐀𝐑𝐌 BD.